Hello, viewers on the internet. If you've been playing Pauper for any amount of time at basically any point in time, I'm sure you're very familiar with Mono Blue Delver. I've actually never played this deck, but I certainly have a lot of experience playing against it. Delver is based around, obviously, Delver, but also all these other small blue creatures over here, and all these cheap bounce spells and counter spells over here. Delver really packs the most punch in the deck. It's obviously what the deck is based around, but every other creature in this deck definitely has a role to play. Fairy Miscreant is kind of just like, it's an extra one drop, but it makes Spell Starter Spray a ton better, which is very important since Cloud of Fairies was banned. Ninja is one of our forms of card advantage, and Spire Golem and Stitch Drake like pack a kind of big punch as far as Pauper is concerned. Our counter spells and bounce spells help us keep up on tempo, which is very important because we don't have any kind of like removal spells. We don't want to play a long game, especially not if our opponent gets any kind of footing. We can generate some card advantage though with like Ninja of the Deep Hours and Gush, but that's not enough to like punch through any kind of solid game plan, so we really want to keep them off balance. Bone Splitter and Flare Husk are kind of our other tools for dealing with like just grindier matchups. They make all of our creatures more of a threat. They help us attack through blockers, those kinds of things. Our cantrips help us dig through our deck because once we have counter spells, we don't really want more counter spells. Once we have enough creatures, we don't really want more creatures. We really just want to find whatever we're missing, and they all help us set up Delver. Brainstorm, obviously, the most, but we can't play more than 2 Brainstorms because our only way to shuffle our deck is with Ponder, and Preordain, kind of, we can just scry 2 to the bottom, and that's sort of like shuffling. I think that's it for the main deck, so let's take a look at the sideboard. We've got Dispels for counterspell matchups. That's basically it. I guess they could come in against Burn since I don't have any Hydroblasts in my sideboard right now. Stormbound Geist against control decks, mostly, also mid-range decks somewhat. Probably wouldn't board in 4 against mid-range decks, but against like Blue-Black Teachings, I would board in all 4. They're just very, very good. Mana Drain, or not Mana Drain, Mana Chains and Pendril Flux. Probably haven't seen this one before. Mana Chains gives the enchanted creature cumulative upkeep of 1, and Pendril Flux makes them pay the creature's mana cost on every upkeep, or each of their upkeeps. These are basically just like blue sorcery speed removal spells. They're a lot worse than removal spells because it gives the opponent the choice whether they want to keep the creature or not. But since blue doesn't actually have any good removal spells, this is what we have to work with for the creature matchups and some of the like creature combo matchups, I guess. But really, this is for like elves, slivers, those kinds of decks. I can't think of anymore. And then we have some other bounce spells over here. It's a split between Boomerang and Curfew because we're already playing 2 Boomerangs main deck, and Curfew is not that good in some of the creature combo decks, or against some of the creature combo decks, because most of their creatures do something when they enter the battlefield. It's mostly good for saving your own creatures. Definitely against creature decks that play some amount of removal. It's very, very good. Yeah, so I'm going to be playing a league today. Like I said, I haven't really played this deck before, so hopefully I do okay. I think there's kind of a lot of decisions involved in this deck, so I'm not really hoping for too much today, but I just want to like get into the deck, start getting some practice with it. So I'll see you guys out there.